Hey, good evening, my friends. How are you? Welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Live with me, Mike Avery. Hey, Larry, how are you? Brian, always a pleasure. Welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Live. Please tell me you can hear me tonight, right? All is good? I mean, the music might be a little loud right now, but I have the technology to get rid of that. See? Okay, looks like we're good to go. Hello, Cliff, Randy, Jim, Captain Jim, Captain Sean, Uncle Johnny. How was your trip to Grand Rapids, Uncle Johnny? David. I've got a good crew on tonight. Nick, loud and clear. Tony. My fellow skinny water brother. John Miller, good evening. Nice to have you guys along with me. On this edition of Wednesday Night Live, at the end, or getting close to the end of a day that was really a nice day, wasn't it? I look out the window right now, and it's still a pretty nice day. Paul, good evening. Hello, Roger. Appreciate that. Nice to have you along with us. You know, tomorrow's the first day of spring. But we've kind of known, at least in the southern part of the state, right? We've kind of known that springtime was coming up. Now, if you're listening in the UP, if Johnny Bowler comes on, he might say, hey, it's not springtime. But down here, it is. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Ed Bolanowski, how are you, buddy? Jim, nice to have you along with us as well on this edition of something I call Wednesday Night Live. Can you imagine where I came up with that name? Spring today, winter tomorrow. No, Jim, that's not true. It's winter today, spring tomorrow. But I hear what you're saying. Kind of a roller coaster this time of year, isn't it? Forgive me, I'm sidetracked by something I'm watching here. Lots of geese flying up there, huh? Well, better to have them flying up there than down here for sure. Mike Sills, Michigan Outdoorsman. Robert. Big time thunderstorms coming in tonight down in Olivet. Well, that means they'll be coming over here next. That's got to be the beginning of this cold front that I'm hearing about? No snow, right? Please tell me we're not going to get more snow. Or it's not going to snow again. Hey, Joe. How are you? Joe, I know you were at the Trinity dinner. You did not say hi. Are you going to be at the Wednesday Night Live at the Lumberjack on the 23rd? Hello, Lori. How are you? Otto, thank you for that text, Lori. Otto, good evening. Jeff. Judy. It was so nice to see you in Gaylord a couple of weeks ago. I am not seeing any gobblers at all, Brian. How about you? Good evening, John. Bernie, how are you? Hey, Pastor, how you feeling, buddy? Oh, Greg says, yes, snow tomorrow morning. Ah, come on. It only seems appropriate to have snow on the first day of spring, doesn't it? Hello, David. Ruben, good afternoon, buddy. How are things in Colorado? What is that fish you're holding there? Is that I can't tell. Is that a trout or a salmon, Ruben? And it looks like you're up in the mountains, so maybe you tell me what it is rather than me guess. Kevin, good evening. How are you? Thanks for checking in from downriver. You know this by now, but my name is Mike Avery. This is Wednesday Night Live. Scott Keatsman of Linwood Taxidermy, linwoodtaxidermy.com. Good evening, Scott. How are you? Kevin, Coyote Killing King Raw. Kevin, nice to have you along with it. It's a rainbow. It's a 7-pound rainbow. Yow, 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 yow. Well, Terry, I am enjoying the weather, but I really haven't been out to do much of anything fun. I haven't been out, been doing a lot of office work, been taking some midday walks, no fishing trips yet, no golf yet. Not much of anything yet. But I am enjoying the weather, although I hear tomorrow it is going to change. Dan, good evening. We're going to give away a couple of things tonight. And Gigi, I did not hear from you, Gigi. Who's going to be your person who picks the winner tonight? I did talk to Nick Grillo, and he is if he's not on now, he will be on to pick the winner of our Michigan brand ham. Amen, Pastor. Continue to pray for you. Hello, Brent. There's the man himself, Johnny Bowler. Look at Johnny's profile picture. It's a snowplow. Are you done using that for the year, Johnny? Paul, good evening. TJ, it's a little early for Morels, isn't it? Nick says he's here standing by. Give us a few more minutes, Nick. Patrick, how are you? Mad Jack, Bruce. Joe made reservations. I'll be there. Excellent. What we're talking about is the Wednesday Night Live at the Lumberjack Restaurant in beautiful West Branch on Wednesday, April 23rd. Reservations are being taken now. 989-343-0892. 989-343-0892. David says the 40s tomorrow morning. Johnny says, unfortunately, no, it is snowing here now. Hey, there's Gigi. Gigi, are you going to pick the winner tonight? Paul, settle down. Settle down. We're not there yet. I have to build the anticipation. Got to talk about a couple of other things first. Okay, the weather, the springtime. It is springtime tomorrow, but it sounds like it's going to be wintertime. Have I gotten the Angler Quest ready yet? No, Adam, I do not have an Angler Quest right now. I am waiting for a new one from Angler Quest, Quest, to be made. But in the meantime, I have friends who can get me on the water, including Nick Grillo of Michigan Brand. Bernie says, I didn't buy a fishing license yet, but I did buy my golf membership. Hey, you got to have your priorities. Thank you, Gigi. Heidi. Turkey showing up on her trail cam the last 2 days. Michigan ham sounds great. It's too early. It's too early for your Michigan brand ham comments. Save them. Save them. That's true, Paul. I forgot about that. Hey, Jim, good evening. How are you? Okay, a couple of things here. When I walked out the door this morning, and I was in the studio today to record this week's Outdoor Magazine radio show. When I walked out the garage door this morning, it hit me. Holy cow, it is indeed springtime because the robins were chirping. There was a warm southwest breeze. It didn't quite smell like night crawlers yet, and you know what I mean. But the feel, the smell, and the sound made me go, ooh, we made it. We made it through another winter. Although Johnny Bowler is not saying that. Johnny is saying, ooh, when will wintertime be gone? Johnny, I told you the solution. All you got to do is move downstate. You got to become a troll and move down below the bridge. Cliff says, coming soon, Omer Suckerfest. Is that this weekend, Cliff, or next? I don't remember. Hello, Ralph. How are you? Suckerfest. That's a riot, fishing the suckers out of the rifle and other places. Johnny says 7 more winters and you can move down to Florida. Johnny, if you keep charging $10,000 per bear hunter like you have been or like you did last year, you won't have to work 7 more years. You could retire in 2. Randy Murray said the boat's ready. Excellent, excellent. Time to get out and hit that skinny water, Randy. I will tell you this, though. It's going to be a long time before I get out there in the skinny water. Now, I do not expect that you will stay out of the skinny water until I can get in there. That's unrealistic because it's going to be a long time. I do expect this, though, Randy, that before you head out into the skinny water, I get a courtesy call or a text. A text is fine. A courtesy notification that you're heading out there. I also expect that you will not spend more than 4 hours on any particular day in the skinny water. And I do expect that when you catch 5 fish, you will vacate that water to save those fish for me. I'm just saying. Duck migration's on. Lots of birds at Shiawassee and Crow Island. Then you'd have to buy a new boat. Boats are good. Tony says more fish for Tony, too. Now, Tony, you're grandfathered in. Well, you're just playing grandfather because, look in the mirror. You're a grandfather. Tony, you get a little more leeway in there. Tony, you do not need to notify me and request permission before you go in there. I do expect to be notified when you're done. You can spend up to 6 hours a day in the skinny water, and you are allowed to take 8 fish. Now, Randy's not going to like that, okay? But that's just the way it works out. But I don't expect that either one of you guys is going to go in there and work over my skinny water too hard without me. Just wouldn't be right. I will get that new angler quest. So that's 2 more weeks for Omer, Suckerfest. Bernie says probably find snow all year round up there. George, I've asked you this before. Where are you, George? Cohocton. See, to me, that looks like it should be an Ohio town, like Coshocton. I've asked you this before, George, and forgive me for asking again, but where is Cohocton, Michigan? Randy says, yes, sir. Yes, boss. But anything about baiting deer and where? You mean, I don't know what you mean, Johnny, because, I mean, you can bait in the UP. We cannot bait down here. So tell me more what it is that you are asking, my friend, and I will try to answer your question. I think the answer is going to be I haven't heard anything more, but I don't want to answer your question until I'm actually sure what it is that you're asking. I'll come back to that. I was going to show you a new addition to my collection, but I'll come back to that. Okay, let's give away a Michigan brand ham. Now, don't start yet. Don't start yet. The way this works is when I give you the sign, you will have 2 minutes to make your comments north of Howell. 12 miles north of Howell. Oh, paying to bait, Lori says. No. Nothing more on that. No, and Johnny, you say you heard $20 can bait 5 gallons. Any specifics or any details you're hearing on this at this point are just speculation or trial balloons that are being floated. Nothing that I'm aware of is solid. Nothing is serious at this point. So no, I have not heard anything about that. I personally would pay to bait, but I'll tell you what, the DNR is not going to allow. Well, the only way they're going to allow that to happen is if the legislature comes in and demands it, because the DNR is not going to go along with that. They're just not going to do it. Because they have so much invested in the fact that baiting causes disease. Oh, there's a long one. Okay, whoever that is, that's not me. Somebody's, what do they call it? Spamming or spoofing me? Using my own thing. I'll block that user. Never had that happen before. And I will delete the comment. Interesting. George Graves says, pay for what they took away? You've lost your mind. Probably, George. And it's a moot point because it's not going to happen anyway. I'm just saying that I believe in baiting. I think it's a viable tactic. And I'm convinced that the only way it would possibly happen here in the Lower Peninsula, again, in the foreseeable future, is if the DNR could make some money on it. I don't believe they'll let that happen. But if they came back and said, okay, you guys can buy a $20 bait license, I'd buy it. Free doe tags in southern Michigan, they're saying, possibly. Bill and House was on TV6, Tony says. 2 free doe tags, too. Anything more about the DNR not wanting us to feed the birds because of avian flu? No, I have not. TV5 tonight. Well, hey, if it was on TV5, it must be true. But I will check. Aditya. How you doing, buddy? Yes, baiting is good. Nobody can prove where, when, if you're counted the clusters egg fields right now. Yes. Aditya, thank you for taking care of the Bode man and Woo. Thank you. You're a good man. I will check on that tonight about the baiting thing. There's been talk of it. Last I heard, there was nothing serious. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Anyway, going back to the Michigan brand ham. If you have won a Michigan brand ham in the past year, please do not make a comment. Do not enter this contest for now, for Lent. When I start this thing, I'll give you the sign. You've got 2 minutes to make your comments about why you want to win a Michigan brand ham. The more clever they are, the more they get Nick's attention, the better chance you have of winning. Please do not make a comment like, I will give the ham to a needy family. That's a wonderful thing. If you're going to do that, God bless you. But please kind of keep it to yourself. Because if you include that in a comment, it makes it very, very hard for Nick to look past that. The contest starts right now. Ken, good evening. How are you? Always a pleasure to have you along with us here on Wednesday Night Live. So you got 2 minutes right now. Make your comments on why you would like to win a Michigan brand ham for Easter. Wonderful Michigan brand ham. We have them at the Avery House for every holiday, and we will have one here for this Easter as well. Jim said it sure would be nice to have a Michigan brand ham for Easter. Never tried one, would love to. Well, anything new on the tag price increases? Nothing that I'm aware of, just something to keep an eye on. I think there's probably no doubt that we will see some kind of an license fee increase. How much, I don't know. Otto said it would be nice to win a Michigan brand ham. Cliff says, keep it simple. Keep it simple, Nick. Pick me. Brian, Michigan brand ham sounds like a great way to celebrate March Madness. Greg, my grandkids would love one. Mark, I need a Michigan brand ham to go with my green eggs and ham. Andrew says, waiting for turkey season, a ham would tide me over. Kathy, good evening. How are you? Emily would love to win a ham this year. TJ, fresh walleye with it. Do a Michigan-themed dinner. Now, there you go. John, I'd love to try a Michigan brand ham for Easter with the grandkids. I never win anything. I just want a ham, Jeff says. 1 minute. 1 minute on the contest on why you would want to win a Michigan brand ham. Would love to try one with my favorite side. Sounds like a fine Michigan product. Indeed it is. Mad Jack. Hams are great. Would love to test one out. Me. Michigan brand hams are the best, Emily says. John, hi, Nick. Great to have one of your delicious hams to feed our large fam. Wrestling season's over. My grandson is hungry. I bet he is. 30 seconds. Roger Stoffer says, Easter and Michigan brand hams go together. Michael, good evening. How are you? Judy, hog hunt got canceled. I need to try one of those hams. 20 seconds on the Michigan brand ham. Mike, great vacation in Georgia. Have fun down there. Mike, enjoy the weather. And, hey, Mark Halston, haven't seen you for a while. Been in Arizona. Nice to have a ham to come back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contest is over. Contest is over. Nick, no big buzzer tonight. I think my days of the big buzzers are over. They're kind of fun, but they're kind of obnoxious. Not that I mind being obnoxious. I have no problem with being obnoxious. Who's Nick got for us this week? And the Michigan brand ham this week goes to... By the way, Mickey said I put in two. I think that's okay. Andrew Burmeister. Yay, Andrew. Yay. Big round of applause for Andrew. Andrew Burmeister. Andrew, what we need you to do now is to either send me a private message with your shipping address or send it to Nick. He's on here right now. With your shipping address, and Nick will get that Michigan brand ham out to you as soon as he can. It'll be the next few days. You'll have that ham in plenty of time for Easter, or if you want to eat it ahead of time. Here's what I always say about Michigan brand, though. If you don't win a Michigan brand ham here on Wednesday Night Live, that is no excuse not to have a Michigan brand ham, because you can go to the store and buy one. Or you can go to the website, michiganbrand.net, michiganbrand.net, use the promo code Avery20 or Mike20, and you get 20% off the order. That's a pretty big deal. Also, if you're looking for where they sell Michigan brand hams and all Michigan brand products, go to the website, michiganbrand.net. Click on the store locator button. put in your zip code, and it will bring up a list of nearby stores. So Nick Grillo, good man, hardcore outdoorsman, very generous. The entire Grillo family is just as solid as can be. They're great outdoorsmen, and they are a wonderful partner with me, and I appreciate it. So, Nick, thank you, buddy. Congrats to Andrew, and thank you so very much to Nick Grillo of Michigan Brand Meats. Nick, are you spring hunting with Ron or fall? He's not hunting. I'll tell you because I've talked to him. He's not hunting with Ron this year, Ross. He is not hunting with Ron this year. Mad Jack says, thanks, Larry. Maybe next time. Okay. In a few more minutes, probably 20. There's Andrew right there. Probably 20 more minutes, we will give away, they won't be 20, it'll be 15. Gift card to the Lumberjack Restaurant. You can use that for our Wednesday Night Live or any other time. Now, the Wednesday Night Live is April 23rd. Gigi, I haven't talked to Emil lately, but I get a feeling like this thing is filling up pretty well. If you want to, you being folks listening, want to join us, I'd love to see that. Call the restaurant for reservations, 989-343-0892. 989-343-0892. 989-343-0892. If nobody answers, leave a message. On that message, include your name, the number of people in your party, and a phone call. A number they can call you back at. Also, probably give a time when you want the reservations. Wednesday Night Live starts promptly at 7. I would recommend any time from 5:30 to 6:30 would be a good time to get a reservation. Get your meal down before I come along and harass you on Wednesday Night Live. Okay. Ed Bolanowski was asking who's on the show. Remember last week I told you that I had been in contact with some folks in the UP in Ontonagon County about a couple of mountain lion cubs that were found in the road. And at the time, I didn't know whether they called cubs or kittens or kits or whatever. Turns out you can call them either one. Mountain lion, cougar, puma, all the same thing. Cubs, kittens, same thing. Doesn't matter. And that's the only critter I can think of that you can call a cub or a kitten. Anyway, I was talking about the fact that some folks had found those and they were waiting for confirmation from the DNR that that was indeed what they were seeing. Now, they knew that's what they saw. Filling up fast, Gigi says. Highly recommend making your reservation sooner than later, 989-343-0892 or gbaker at forwardcorp.com. Thank you for that, Gigi. Ross already has his table reserved. There's the info right there, 989-343-0892. But I said at the time last week, too, I said, I feel this is legit, and I expect that this will be confirmed in the next couple days. And it was. The next day, it was indeed confirmed. So the Michigan DNR wildlife biologist who investigated this, his name is Brian Roll. My first guest on the show this week is Brian Roll, and he talks about the investigation, what this means. Does it affect a management plan? Yada, 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 yada. And then in the second segment with Brian, I talk about wolves because Brian is also responsible for wolves in Michigan. I'm not saying he's responsible in that he brought them in. I'm saying that he is responsible for overseeing research, coordinating research on the UP wolf population. So, that's my first guess. I'm seeing what Larry says here. Most named animal, I think, puma, cougar, catamount. I've never heard of catamount before. Paul says, Gigi, can I make mine with you? Yes, you can. Mike Streeter. Mike Streeter's got sunglasses on because he's down in the Keys. How's it going down there, Mike? And then at the end of the first hour, Nick Buja, the chairman of the Michigan Wildlife Council, talks about their Here for Generations campaign. James, I am not surprised. I had Russ Clark of Seahawk Charters on the show last week, and he said it was going to happen any time now. So there you go. There's proof from James himself. In the second hour of the show, Gina Cannell, who is the manager of the gun department at Jay's Sporting Goods Clare location. Gina has been with Jay's since the blue building, the old blue building in the city of Clare. She's been with Jay's forever. I mean, forever. So we talk about turkey guns, what to look for in a turkey gun, how to pattern a turkey gun ammo. And she was telling me about this new ammo that came in the door that was $70 for a box of 5 rounds. Can you imagine that? Then Sergeant Mike Mashar of the Michigan DNR answers this week's Ask Avery question about whether you can. I'll preface it. The question was, hey, Mike, I know that you can, on the Great Lakes, if you stay in the water, you can walk along the Great Lakes shoreline and pick up rocks, collect stones. The question was, can you also do that on an inland lake? The answer is no. This whole riparian rights thing is very confusing because you've got Great Lakes, you've got inland lakes, and you've got navigable waterways, which means rivers. So you can stay in the water, go along a Great Lakes shoreline and pick up rocks. You cannot do it on an inland lake because in theory, the residents own the land under the water all the way out to the center of the lake. That's not true with a river either. Anyway, it's kind of confusing, but Mike did a good job of explaining it. Then in our third hour, we're talking with Captain Jason Graham of Send It Charters. He talks about early season walleye trolling on Saginaw Bay. And we wrap it all up with Wild Game Chef Dave Miner. This week, Dixie Dave has a very good Easter bunny recipe. Also today, I recorded another edition of the Angler Quest podcast. I have the guy, his name is Scott Hand. He's often on here with us. Scott is a longtime Angler Quest guy. He was the winner of the first Angler Quest Owners Tournament. And he's also intimately involved in the Walleye for Warriors event on Saginaw Bay. So that's the rundown, Ed, for this week's show. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Oh, you know Russ. Excellent. We'll tell him I said hi. Get him on here some night. Ooh, Mike's got a new boat. 19-foot polar center console. Like a flats boat, Mike? Nice. It is almost time to talk kayak fishing, Cliff. Absolutely it is. Bill, good evening. How are you? Yeah, that was 5 shotgun shells for, actually, I think it was like $75, Joe. There you go. James says, anybody wanting to get into Coho, look up Russ Clark, Seahawk Charters in St. Joseph. Russ was on the Outdoor Magazine radio show just last week. Can I show you the newest member? Wow is right. Okay, just you know this guy very well, right? This is my Rapid River knife, okay? This is the one that I carry all the time. This is my go-to. This is my heavy duty. Use it for everything. This is actually woolly mammoth ivory tusk. I have several more Rapid River knives, including my latest one. You notice I went from one pocket to another. This is a much more basic model as far as it does. It's got just a wood handle. I mean, it's Coca-Cola, so it's pretty cool, but this is my Rapid River Knife Junior. Same design as the regular Uper pocket clip, but it's the Junior. Not to be confused with the, what is this one right here? This is the, what do they call this one? Like the mini? This is the small one. So I've got, and what did I add to my collection? When I got the new knife, I got a new sharpener. The Rapid River Knife Sharpener. This thing is sweet, sweet, sweet. It won't put an edge on like they do at the factory, but it'll do a pretty darn good job. Okay. Ross says, just came in from a motorcycle ride out there, Mike. Beautiful day out. It is indeed, it is. And Ross, I look forward to seeing you at Wednesday Night Live. Emily, haven't been fishing in years, especially because of the flooding from Edenville Dam. I miss Wixom Lake, but I miss fishing more. What do they figure, Emily? One more year, 2026? Is that when they're talking about the water coming back? How is Bean doing, Jim? I love all my grandkids, but it's so special to have a new grandkid. Bean's real name is Bodie, which is a very cool name, and he is doing great. He just got over being sick. He had a fever and he was under the weather, as well as his mama was. But my son-in-law Aditya was able to stay healthy, and he kept great care of them. But he's doing wonderful. He's growing like crazy. You know, he was a little small when he was born, but he's very healthy now. He's just a card. Can I say the word? He's a little shit, is what he is. He's got more personality than his 14-pound body should even be allowed to handle. He's just a riot. David says the TSS 18-gram density turkey loads is 40 to 70 for 5 shells. 40 to 70. That's crazy, isn't it, David? And is the 40 to 70, is that some places it's 40, some places it's 70? Or is that there's different models of that shell that would bump it from 40 to 70? Paul says, Gigi, I just called. Delayed again. Emily says, I drive through Edenville every day going to work. I see machinery out there on the east side every morning. Not sure what they're doing, but they are working. Okay. What a shame, huh? Okay, it is 7:32. In 3 minutes, we will give away, Gigi, we will give away this week's gift card to the Lumberjack restaurant. Now, when we do these Wednesday night lives at the Lumberjack, aside from getting great food, the Lumberjack has outstanding food, and just a good time hanging out with like-minded people. We also try to bring in some items. I try to bring in some items that will that we can give away. I don't have anything specifically left. Okay, let me read this right here before I lose my. Yeah, you better start reloading again. Paul says 6 or 6:15 was the only options left. Those will be fine, Paul. 6 or 6:15 will work just fine. Yeah, absolutely. You'll be fine. You'll be good. What was I talking about? You know, I did have a stroke. I can't blame that on that, though. Boss Shot Shells out of Southwest Michigan. They make everything, and the attention to detail is top notch. They don't sell much, but anything direct. Okay, Gigi, thank you for the reminder. I was talking about what I have lined up for this upcoming Wednesday Night Live. I don't know yet. It's possible. It's somewhat possible that we would be giving away a brand new 2025 Angler Quest Pro Troll. I haven't locked that in yet, but it's a possibility. It's out there. And then we'll have the usual, other stuff to give away as well. Black Cloud TSS for my 20 gauge and got them on sale. 100 rounds, 209. 100 rounds. Paul says, Gigi Baker, I will. All right, I said it was going to be 3 minutes. I'm lying. As soon as I give you the high sign, you have 2 minutes to make your comments on why you want to win a Lumberjack gift card. And these are $25 gift cards. You can use them. You can use them either on our Wednesday Night Live coming up on the 23rd or any other time. Scott Hand, the guy I was just talking about right here. We did have a great conversation on the Angler Quest podcast, and I was also talking, Scott, about Walleye for Warriors too. So they are still looking for more boat captains. Go to walleyesforwarriors.org. The veteran sign up, I think Scott told me, doesn't start until April. Ross says he will bring some oil changes from the dealership. Thank you, Ross. I appreciate that. Dave, good evening. How are you? Okay. Make your comments starting right now on why you want to win a $25 gift card to the Lumberjack restaurant. The Lumberjack will once again be our center of operations too for the second annual Mikey Re Outdoors charity golf outing coming up in West Branch on Friday, July 25th. Registrations for that are open. Cliff says, Gigi, pick me. Registration for that is open. Go to the website, mucc.org/golf, mucc.org/golf. Otto says, let's try to win now at the Lumberjack. Mad Jack, looking for an extra 25 to spend at the Lumberjack. Can't wait. The Lumberjack has great food. Emily loves the Lumberjack. Been there a few times. John, not up north until you stop by West Branch for some gas and some good food. West Branch, live happy. Jeff would love to. Never been there. Wife would love it. She would love it, and so will you, Jeff. Yeah, beautiful West Branch. I'm working with the folks at the West Branch Visitors Bureau in promoting that area, and I couldn't be happier. I love West Branch. Captain Jim spent the day in the woods cutting trees down. I feel like a lumberjack. Nothing better than the Big Axe Burger. That Big Axe Burger is a Big Axe Burger. Paul, love to win, but I'm greedy. Just won last week. Tim, I've seen a lot of pictures of perch taken from the ditches. Excellent. Emily, I can take my friend Kevin up there. You are allowed to take Kevin there. Dave would love to win a gift card so I can come to next month's Wednesday Night Live. Absolutely. John, that would be a great place. Pastor, Lumberjack has excellent food, excellent service, and well worth the drive. Amen to that. As you have stated, the Lumberjack has great food and products. 1 minute. 1 minute on why you want to win a $25 gift card to the Lumberjack Restaurant, the Forward Corporation Lumberjack Restaurant. If Kevin Hannis was on here tonight, I would see from him if we couldn't get a round or two of golf at the West Branch Country Club to give away for that. Let me see if I can make myself a note. West Branch Country Club Golf. Kevin Hannis. Okay, 30 seconds. Oh, our comments dried up on why you want to win a Lumberjack card? Well, it'll make it easy for Gigi then. Going through what we have here. There they are, Gigi. Oh, there's another one right there. Ross said, I know you can't pick me. It would be rigged if you did. Great date night. 20 seconds. It would be a great date night, Brian. Absolutely would. 20 seconds on why you want to win a gift certificate, a gift card to the Lumberjack Restaurant. Can you comment more? I want it. Well, you can comment as many times as you want. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. See what I did there? I gave you some more time. 3, 2, 1. All right, Gigi. It's up to you. It is up to you, Gigi Baker, on who wins the gift card to the Lumberjack Restaurant in beautiful West Branch. Paul says, pick Johnny Bowler. Pick Johnny Bowler. Because Johnny's going to be there. Johnny is coming down from the UP to sit at Ross Elliott's table. Now, in the old days, if you had Johnny Bowler and Ross Elliott sitting at the same table, it could be a recipe for, I'm not going to say disaster. It could be a recipe for some carousing, put it that way. But both these guys now, they're a little older, they're a little calmer, and they've really mellowed right out. So I do not expect any trouble from the Johnny Bowler, Ross Elliott table. Now, they could surprise me. This could happen, but I really don't expect any problems. Dave Austin is the winner. Dave Austin is the winner. See you next month. Dave, congrats. Dave, because Dave and his Dave has been at least a couple of our Wednesday night lives at the Lumberjack. So Dave, you know how this works. Either send me a private message on I'll come back to that, Mickey. Send me a private message on your mailing address. So Gigi will get that out to you, or send it right to Gigi. Or I guess, Dave, if you're going to be there that night, and it's up to you. I mean, maybe Gigi would hang on to it with your name on it. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Mickey says, Mike, has have anyone experienced trouble with scammers after you make comments on your show? I don't know. Anybody? Well, I'll tell you where I do see them. When I get a post that has a lot of response, say a Facebook post that gets a good reaction, a lot of people responding, I will notice that the ladies come out of the woodworks and say, "Hey, handsome, I'd like to be your friend. Please private message me." And I go through those. I try to keep as close an eye on them as I can. I try to routinely check them myself. Joe, how do they call and text you all day? How do the scammers get your phone number? Gigi, Dave says he can get it that night if it's okay. Dave says he can get it that night if it's okay, Gigi. So I will routinely go through and I will delete and get rid of those people. I will ban them, and then I will delete their comments. Yeah, it's an unfortunate part of the social media world. I don't like it, but I do everything I can to try to keep it under control. Two quick ways to get banned from my social media feeds. If you drop an F-bomb on one of my pages, you're gone. And if you start scamming people. John Borkovich, a former conservation officer, one of the famous Borkovich brothers. Show talking about some of the good things of DNR. I think DNR has a lot of image help in light of negative news. The DNR permitted the cutting down of forests, just build soil plants, and build masculine geese out of the... Yeah, I just heard about the gassing of geese. That's if they want to gas geese, why don't they come to the pond behind the house here? Over aggressive enforcement of bait bans at issues like not allowing a wolf on and on. Anyway, I appreciate that, John. This is interesting. A former conservation officer talking about over aggressive enforcement of baiting bans. Are you saying, John, that some officers are being overly aggressive in their enforcement, or are you saying that there's a perception among some hunters of overly aggressive enforcement? By the way, I had Conservation Officer Sergeant Mike Mashar on the radio show today. He'll be on this weekend talking about enforcement issues. And he said, look, we go by intent. He said, I try to convince my officers to look at what is the intent of the law and what is the intent of the person who made the violation. Did they intentionally go out there with the intent of violating a game law? If so, that's one scenario. Are they otherwise good law-abiding citizens who accidentally broke a game law? That it was not their intent? Okay, that's another scenario. And I have found that in law enforcement, not just conservation officers, but state cops, city cops, county sheriff, deputies, just sometimes the younger, more aggressive officers who are not as seasoned and who are not as experienced and are still trying to just cut their teeth on what being a law enforcement officer is. I think sometimes they tend to look at the letter of the law. Okay, this is the letter of the law, so I have to enforce it. And I think some of them, and this is just human nature, just need a few years under their belt to just take a big breath and mellow out just a little bit. They'll still be just as effective without writing the same number of minor violations. That is my editorial comment. That's my editorial comment. What else before we go? We're almost out of time here. Okay. 989-343-0892 for reservations. Gigi says it's filling up fast. Uncle Johnny, do you hear that? It's filling up fast. Gigi, I got to talk to you. Save me a couple of tables. Hey, Skeeter, how you doing, buddy? There you are. Skeeter Beckman, Brenton Rifles, made right here in Michigan. All right, Ross, have a good night. Where was I? Oh, Jim, a former law enforcement officer. The letter of the law versus the spirit of the law comes with experience. Absolutely. Mike, how you doing? Just in time for us to leave. Well, we missed you this winter, Mark. Mark, did you sign up for the golf outing yet? That is Friday, July 25th at the West Branch Country Club. Proceeds to benefit MUCC's youth camp to get kids involved in the outdoors. My goal this year, I'll tell you flat out, my goal this year is, and I didn't say this on the radio show, but I'm telling you, my friends, last year we cleared $10,000 on that event, a first-year event. This year, my goal is to clear $30,000. I want to clear $30,000 on this event, and I know that we can do it. So go to mucc.org/golf to sign up for that. Registration is now open. And if you want to join us for the Wednesday night live at the Lumberjack Restaurant, call 989-343-0892, 989-343-0892. But first, this.
You catch every heart you embrace brings us closer to nature's grace.
All right, my name is Mike Avery. This is called Wednesday Night Live. My website is mikeaveryoutdoors.com. That's mikeaveryoutdoors.com. My email address is mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Send me your pictures. Send me your comments, your questions, your criticisms, your gripes. What do you like? What do you not like? What would you like to hear me talk about? 989-343-0892 for reservations, 989-343-0892. mucc.org/golf. Have a good night, my friends. I'll talk to you next time right here on Wednesday Night Live.